Welcome to CryptoMovers. So in this video, I'll be talking about analyzing the charts. This will be my first analysis video, and I'll be doing Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin. And so here we have Bitcoin US dollar on the daily chart, and we have the stochastic RSI at the bottom. It's going up right now. So it looks like on the daily, it wants to continue to go up. On the 4-hour chart, it looks like it's going down. And so this could be it retracing. Um, I would expect it to bounce off around this area right here before when it broke this channel right here. I would expect it to bounce off before hitting this. If it got to this channel, it might just go down. So I expect this move to continue to go down a little bit, but kind of sort of weaken out. See on the hourly. So here we have one leg, and it looks like it's going to start a second leg. Hopefully, what we want to see, if you want to see it continue going up, is the second leg not break down too far. Like this would be as strong as first leg, so you would probably want it around here, about this end of this tail. That would be ideal, and you would see it sidelined right here before going up. But you have to kind of pay attention to that. So here it is on the 15-minute chart. The 15-minute chart, yeah, you don't want it to break through this area. As long as it stays above this area, pretty much you're pretty it looks like it's going to continue rising on the uptrend. But see, it's still going down right now. On the lower time frame, it still wants to go down. It's still retracing for the higher time frame. This might be a good buy area right here, around here. If it gets if it gets like this red candle right here and below there, that might be a pretty good buy area. But definitely right now, if it's going down, this is one leg. It's not done going down yet. On the 1 hour, it's just trying to retrace for the 4 hour. Let's look at Ethereum. So here in Ethereum, this was the channel it broke in order for it to go up. My mouse isn't so good. So we have that channel here that it broke. And then you see how it's that channel, when it tried to go back into this channel right here, it rejected it. And so it's moving on to the next area, which was right here, this channel. This is the new channel that I wanted to stay in. Because this ended right here. That. And now it's gonna go up, and it looks like it wants to make another channel. So we'll see about Ethereum. Let's look on the lower time frame. So this is the 4-hour time frame. So this is the channel we're seeing right now. Let's make this, cover that. This is the new channel for Ethereum. And so if we want to trade Ethereum like this, you don't really want to buy when you're up here. First off, you're above the VWAP, and then second, you're buying at the top of the channel, because right now what's most likely is happening is it's just going to bounce. You don't know if it's just going to bounce down this channel. So if it's going to just continue bouncing, then you just bought at like a peak, and you kind of know that it's a peak because it failed to break through. Like right here, it went up and shot back down. Right here, the price couldn't maintain above this area. It couldn't get into here. So right now, there's a lot of people selling from up here. This is like a huge resistance right now. But I mean, you can bet on it breaking out, but it's a risky bet because you have so much room to lose right here. So if you would like, if you can wait for this to either go back, uh, if you can wait for it to go back down into at least this channel right here, so this will be a channel in the 1 hour. see like this channel, then around here at the bottom of here, then it might be a better trade. But ideally, you would probably want to wait until the bottom of this large channel if it comes and tests here again. But who knows? With Ethereum and Bitcoin, Litecoin, the volume is so high and it's so drastic that sometimes they just move without really confirming because everyone's trying to get in right now. So let's look at Litecoin. All right, so here in Litecoin, it looks like we have a solid consolidation right here. See, it doesn't look like it on the daily. On the daily, you're like, oh, but on the daily, it's just going everywhere like this. But if you actually look on it on like an hourly time frame, you can tell, okay, this is the high, and this is the low, and then the high is consolidating. The high got lower, but the low got higher, and it kind of made this channel, and then it broke up a little bit above it, but it's still within this channel, and so it's just kind of sidelining right now. So when it's sidelining like this, it's depending on, you can look at the larger time frame to kind of predict. So right here, it looks like on the 4 hour, it tried to get back down here and it went back up. So this is the second leg, I would say, but the second leg didn't make it very far. And then this might be the third leg going down. And so, and this up are retracements of these, because right now it's really the seller after this big move. It's really the seller is going. Because you can't go up this high and not have it retrace. Every move has to retrace because if you don't retrace, then there's no one selling it, because people who bought here and they would be selling up here. They would be making a lot of money. So if you bought here and you just kept it, and you haven't gotten anywhere yet. You have to finish the transaction for the transaction to actually count. So on the daily, this might look like it's beginning the second leg up right here. So if you actually look at the daily, this looks really risky because it's like the body is higher than all of this, and it's all above all these tails. And so this looks really risky. It looks like you're buying at a high. But if you actually look at it on a smaller time frame, even like 4 hours, it still looks really risky because you're just up at this wall. And right here, you can tell on the 1 hour that the consolidation is getting tighter and tighter. So once like it gets super tight, because they're just doing like triangles like this, like so once it just moves into a wedge like this, and the price just it has to go somewhere at that point. Like that's when consolidation happens, it's really just the market waiting and resetting and just seeing like what's happening, and they're just waiting for like an agreement pretty much like of what everyone thinks the price should be before it moves based on projections. So it would make a wedge, and then according to the higher time frame, because this is just the first leg up, it's in an uptrend. Obviously, it's in an uptrend. So according to this wedge, it should go up after this breakout, but anything can happen. So you always got to be careful. And if you want to make this trade, like you would want to put like if you want to make a trade like right here, ideally you want to get below the VWAP. So if you can make it like at the VWAP, you would want to set your stops like at the bottom of these tails. So if you want to be like around here like this as your stop, because if it breaks below this area, these tails right here, because if it goes below this, then it's going to enter this trend, this channel, this other channel. This channel right here, but I want to bring it over so you can see. So it's going to enter this channel. And if it enters that channel, you're at the high, and it has room to go down to this channel now, to the bottom of this channel. So like if it enters this channel, you want to get out because you don't want to you're at the high, you're at the peak now, you're of this channel, and it's going to be playing in this channel now. And if it breaks through that, then it'll be in this channel. So you don't want to be at the like a peak of a channel. You want your buys at the bottom of the channel. All right, so we have a good consolidation for Litecoin right here. On the smaller time frame consolidation, higher time frame, we're just waiting to see when it's going to go up again. Here on Ethereum, so it's over. This is stochastics RSI. So right here, we're in the overbought zone on the daily and overbought in the 4 hour, overbought in the 1 hour, and anything pretty much 15 minutes doesn't really matter. Yeah, because it can go up here. Like 15 minutes, like it might go up here and then it'll be overbought. So it looks like Ethereum wants to do a retracement again. It doesn't look like it's ready to continue maybe unless it gets to oversold according to the technicals. But if there's a lot of volume, like if people also get a lot of interest, there's some news, then obviously it might just affect it and go straight up. But as far as now, I would say Ethereum is a bit more risky. You can see right here, it's having a hard time breaking here, and everything's overbought again. So you're at the top of the trend right here, like top of the where the peaks are, and everything's overbought. So everything's already high on the relative strength index. And so with Bitcoin, right here, hourly's oversold. It's going up. A daily's oversold. 4 hours getting there. So as far as Bitcoin right now, it looks like if we can wait for this to go back down until both of these are in the oversold area, and then as long as you start seeing these lines cross, that means it's going to start changing directions. So like you see right here, when the blue and the red crossed, that's when it goes up. So right here, when they cross, it's changing. So we like to, I mean, there's also false crosses like this, but because it kind of goes back up. But the price can sometimes be different like that. But this measures the strength of the buyers and sellers. So or So when you get a cross, you know that the buying pressure is like the blue crosses above the red, the buying pressure is exceeded the selling pressure, and if the red crosses the blue, like right here, then you know that the selling pressure is exceeding the buying pressure, and it's different per time frame because there's just how it takes to move. There's people buying, on the day traders, and then there's people who don't buy as often. So right here, this might, I mean, it looks like it's going up. It's already crossed on the daily, but but on the 4 hour, it looks like it's not ready yet. The 1 hour, it looks like it's not ready yet, or it's already up, but because the 4 hour is not ready, I expect this to maybe dwindle back in. Like it might come back down into here a little bit around this area before taking off. So for Bitcoin, this would be pretty much the second leg going up. So if it goes up, it might, like, we don't know, like, because these are all new highs. So we have no history to see where the levels are. But we should expect this leg right here pretty much get as long. Let's say like that. Yeah. So okay. Yeah. So this leg and this leg. So I mean, this still, if it goes up, it might still go up for a bit, like to match the size of this one. But it's hard to tell, especially with something so new. And so the best thing we can do is, since we can predict the overall direction we hope, like it's probably going to go up. But so in order to get a good trade, you still got to look at the smaller time frames here, and so you want to get good entries. So the thing is like you always want to buy at the support lines, so at the bottom of the channels, because if it breaks through the bottom of the channel, then you just sell immediately because you're at the top of the channel and you won't lose much. You won't lose like a whole channel's worth of money. And that's the main idea. You wanna look at the room, how much room is inside this channel and where you can enter and exit during this channel. So I hope that helps you out. That'll be my daily analysis for Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum today. As per SEC rules, I am not a financial or investment advisor, so what you do with your own money is at your own risk.